Hi, and welcome to the family. Today we're joined by Rob Radtke in Houston, Texas for the first installment in a short series we're calling On the Radio with Rob. Hi, Rob, and thanks for joining us. You've seen a lot in your 30 years of experience in the public safety and communications world, from your time as a firefighter, a police officer, and an arson investigator to your most recent role in Emergency Communications Administration. Can you give us a real quick history of two-way radios to start with?
Sure. Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And two-way radio goes back quite a ways, all the way back to the early 1900s, in fact. The very first two-way technology was utilized in commercial and military ships and utilized the old Morse code or telegraphy, or just telegraph information. So it got information back and forth wirelessly that way. The very first truly mobile two-way setup was developed in Australia in 1923 for the Victoria Police, and they had equipment that was so large that it filled up the rear of the transmitter and receiving unit or set, radio set. You filled up the back of an entire police car, and it's gotten a whole lot better now. And the first one obviously, and the first one in the U.S. Was Bayonne, New Jersey, believe it or not, and their police department successfully operated a two-way system between one central point and multi-points are in the vehicles. So it was a kind of a long stretch to get to where we are now, but it's been around for a long time, and it's still a very valid technology.
Can you tell us a little bit about the types of two-way radio systems that are available like right now in this day and age?
Sure. I mean, it really runs the gamut. Conventional versus trunked, which trunked is something that a lot of folks aren't going to use. Conventional folks are usually more familiar with, and it operates on fixed radio frequency channels, whereas trunked sort of does something called frequency hopping, and it picks open channels to talk to or talk on. And you also have simplex versus duplex, which is a simplex uses a single channel for transmit and receive. So you think CB radios, walkie-talkies, things like that, that you may have utilized as a child or your kids use now even. And it's a kind of like or even kind of what the some aircraft use now, where duplex channels, on the other hand, there's another kind of system that exists that allows to transmit and receive on two different channels. So you'll be able to talk on one and listen on another, and it works in the very same way. And there's hybrids of that as well, and it includes analog and digital, which digital allows for more information, and you can utilize text messaging along those lines. You can utilize text messaging on digital radios, where analog that's not necessarily available.
Well, thanks, Rob. What would you say to someone who'd like to know more about two-way radios and which technology would be right for them?
Well, they can reach out to me or any of our communications experts at WarnerFamilyBrands.com, and we can have a quick conversation and figure out what it is that they need, and get them some top quality, budget-friendly equipment in a hurry, and especially with some of the brands that we carry. So just reach out to us at any point, and we can help you get what you need.
Thanks again, Rob, for that quick overview. We'll do a deeper dive starting with our next segment in the series, so keep an eye out for that. But that's it for now. Stay tuned for more news and views you can use.